Home buyers, you're out there weekend after weekend looking for your next place to call home. And you finally found it. It's where you want to live, it's close to work, close to the schools where you want to send your kids to, close to friends and family, has all the amenities you want. So what's next? Well, you're taking a look at financing options, taking a look at worksheets or loan estimates from lenders. You're probably looking at three things: the interest rate, the monthly payment, and the cash to close. And you as the home buyer, you should have a reasonable expectation of what you'll need from the day you sign that contract offer to the last day when you go to the settlement table and that home becomes yours. But here's the thing, not all lenders give you an accurate detail of what you'll need cash to close. And I'm not talking about a few dollars, I'm talking about a few $1,000s. And when it comes to providing a loan estimate, there are some expenses a lender has to be 100% accurate. There's some where there's up to a 10% tolerance. And there's some a lender doesn't have to be accurate at all. And these are prepaid expenses and escrow. These are related to property taxes, homeowners insurance, and interest, per diem interest. These are all under the prepaid section. And as far as escrows, they're typically escrow property tax, homeowners insurance, but you might have, say, flood insurance, or depending where you live, hurricane insurance. It's things you'll find under escrows. Prepaid expenses, if the taxes are due now, they have to be collected, or the seller has to be reimbursed because they've already paid for taxes in advance and they're transferring ownership to you. Homeowners insurance has to be paid for a year in advance as of the day that you close. And the escrow of tax and insurance, the lender's going to figure out, well, how much needs to be collected now so that once the first payment starts and then the due dates come for the taxes or the insurance, the combination of what's already in escrow and the combination of what's being collected each month as the borrower makes payments, there's enough in there to pay those expenses when they're due. And there's up to a 2-month cushion with escrow accounts. They can't collect any more than that 2-month cushion. If there's too much being collected, you would see what's called an aggregate adjustment. The other expenses that I see missing from worksheets, from loan estimates: home inspection, pest inspection. And you don't have to have those inspections unless the appraiser maybe would spot something when the appraiser goes out and says, hey, this needs to be evaluated, or I see signs that there might be a termite infestation. But why would you want to buy a property given what homes cost, given what you'll be spending each month to make that payment, and not have any knowledge of any issues that might be going on with the property right now, or maybe an issue for you in the future? So you definitely want to have inspections. And the last thing that I see missing are realtor admin fees. It's common charge for buyers. I think most, if not all, real estate brokerages charge an admin fee. And when you add all these items up that I mentioned to you, all these expenses up, it can be several $1,000s. I just looked at a quote yesterday provided by the buyer's bank. That's their preferred lender of choice since they already have a banking relationship with them. That's understandable. But after I reviewed it, I added everything up that was missing, that they were definitely going to be spending money on at some point during the transaction, whether it was the initial phase of the contract, there's things that you paid for out of pocket ahead of time. Those are like the home inspection, pest inspection, or what would be added to the bottom line once the buyer got to closing. So in this example, it added up to $4,800. That's a big chunk of money, especially for a first-time buyer who was really concerned about what they'll need for closing. And in this example, the loan originator who provided this estimate, this worksheet, according to their website, had over 20 years in the business. They definitely know better. They definitely know what a buyer is going to need from start to finish. So there's really no reason there should have been that much of a difference. My opinion is that loan originators that provide fee worksheets like this or loan estimates, missing the items I mentioned or not having the correct months collected for escrow or prepaid expenses, they're doing so for their advantage, to make their cash to close look less. My opinion, that's not really fair to the buyer. If you have any questions about fee worksheets, loan estimates, how numbers work, you want to connect with me, click on that link tree in my bio or the description below.